Aloha, my name is Maile Andrus-Price, and I am doing this video for the World Summit Challenge. First of all, I'd really like to give thanks to Tony and Dean for giving me the courage to retire early from my long-time job of 27 years as a nurse. I really appreciate it, and as of today, I have been retired for 2 weeks. And my story is that about a year and a half ago, I was struggling and I was really feeling that there was something missing in my life. And I felt that way for a really long time. And I was going to be turning 60 in a few months. And then saw something on Facebook called the Comeback Challenge. Well, you know what happened from there. I took that challenge. I went to UPW. I signed up for business mastery, and then of course I had to sign up for life mastery, and I took advantage of the 6 months of coaching, and I continued on that coaching, and truly my life has never been the same. And then from there there's KBB and the next project, and so here I am, and I have, like I said, retired early, and I am making this my business, and I'm so excited about it. And so the first project that I'm doing is called Digging Yourself Out of Despair, because as a nurse, when COVID hit, I found my emotions going like this. It was so hard dealing with all of the tragedy and the intense pressure and all of the additional work that was put on us through COVID. And I thought to myself, I really need to dig myself out of this despair. And it was like, well, that's a perfect name for a course, and how to do it in a short period of time. Thus, Digging Yourself Out of Despair in 15 Minutes was born. And my true passion is, my two most favorite topics in all the world is God and food, in that order. And so I have created my own business called Finding God and Gourmet. And I'm so excited about it because it's an opportunity and a venue for me to connect people, bring people in and connect them to God through food. And I wanted to just give an example of what I do. So I find that when I cook, there's little life lessons that come in. I feel that God speaks to all of his children in different ways and in a myriad of different ways. And so I'd like to share this one experience where I went to this fancy restaurant with my husband, and they brought out this appetizer and they just called it burrata. And it was a soft round of cheese with a medley of grape tomatoes on one side and arugula and a mixed salad and this wonderful dressing. And it was served with buttered, crusty bread. And so the experience is to break into that round of burrata, which when you do that, the cream comes out, and then you put it on that crusty bread, and then you mix the salad with the dressing and you put it on the bread and you crunch into it. And it's like, oh my gosh, an explosion of wonderful flavors. So I went home thinking, man, I really need to figure out how to make this, to recreate it. And so I went home and I thought, oh, I'm not quite sure what the flavor was. So I went back to the restaurant and I bought it a second time, and it was a lavender dressing. Lavender dressing. So wow, how am I going to make that? So I did some research, didn't know that you could buy some lavender online, and I just tried, trial and error, and I failed several times, but I finally got it to the perfect recipe. And so I thought, well, this is just like another life lesson. This is God speaking to me on what life is. You don't know how to do something, you have the desire. Doesn't matter that you don't know how, you just try, and you keep trying until you succeed. And that's exactly what you, Tony and Dean, do and encourage us to do. And so I thought it'd be a perfect example of one thing that I do. And so I would just like to say, this would be, if you pick me to highlight me in the World Summit, it would be the best retirement present ever and a great way to start my new life. And again, I want to give gratitude and thanks not only to you, Dean and Tony, but all the people involved, because you do good. You are a force for good and a force for God. Thank you. Take care. Aloha.